Are we good? Right, we are good. Jeez. Now let me pop out the chat. I don't know if the mic was broken then or whether I'm just delayed on the sound is good now. Cool. All right. Good stuff. Let me also turn the music down. And then we'll make a start. I'm having my coffee now. I'm on one of those 2-day hangover type of things right now. So had a good party at the weekend with a couple of people from that you guys will know, and yeah, it was good fun. But I'm feeling very, I mean, it's just one of those things, like you have the hangover day and then you have the day afterwards where you just feel tired. And like tired and dehydrated day. That's the day I'm having right now, is the tired and dehydrated day. Even though I drank like loads of water, it just goes straight through you when you have a hangover. It's horrible. Anyway, so we've only got 3 people in here talking. 5 likes. 25 concurrent viewers. Hopefully there's a few more on the way. But how was everybody else this weekend? Hostile Power is here. Welcome, welcome. I feel like my mic's a bit too low, but I don't want to touch it again because it disconnected last time I moved it. So, hold on. That's a little bit better. Carlo is here, Jaimo is here, Hostile Power is here, You Fuck is here, Delirium and Nuno. Good stuff. Right, then, I think for today, we're just going to get straight into some analysis. Keep it pretty simple, keep it fairly straightforward. We'll have a look at some altcoins and stuff again as well, but we'll just start off here with Bitcoin. And I mean, it's kind of nice because... yeah, it's reached the target that we were talking about from last week, which is happy days. Nuno, lots of sun, but today Lisbon looks like London, lol, rainy day. So that's quite funny because I think today quite possibly is going to be the hottest day of the year here. It's boiling hot, super sunny. And what's the temperature going to be? Unable to update. It's not helpful. Anyway, it's hot. It is hot here in London. Very hot here in London. Jaimo been good. Made money for the whole week during Trump session. Was so easy to trade. Oh, what? During his speech? Was there volatility during the speech? Or during his, oh, was this it? Was this when he was talking at Bitcoin conference here? Damn, that was easy to trade. Wow. Look, we had this line here from Friday looking to run stops, and it happened on the Saturday. So this was from the Friday update, the Friday stream, and we were saying, okay, if we can run stops, looks like a good long. Wow, he was late, 3 hours late. Typical. I mean, they probably had to do like mad security sweeps and everything, and yeah, be like them Bitcoiners. They're a bit, they're a funny bunch. Let's make sure that everything's good. But also, I did see the highlights, or I saw some of the stuff, and I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like I did see part of the speech that he did. I even came into this 4-hour gap here. That was really nice. Wow, pretty cool. 15-minute gap. Did I say 4 hour? 15-minute. My brain is not working this morning. It really isn't. Yeah, this was really cool. Crazy. At this point in time on Saturday night, I was, drinking. But I did look yesterday. And I saw this stuff and he was like, oh, for day one, I'm going to fire Gary Gensler. And then the whole crowd was just like, oh my God. And then they were just going, Trump, Trump, Trump. I'm like, fucking hell, man. He's literally making a cult. He's turning America into the cult of Trump. It's just so sad that people will be like, oh, we're just going to cheer a politician like he's some god. Oh, shut up. Like, he's just a guy that's telling you what you want to hear so that he can get your votes. He probably won't fire Gensler on day one. He's just saying it because he knows that people will lap it up. They're like, oh my God, fire Gary Gensler. Yeah, it's insane to see how stupid America is. Like, literally, he's literally turning the USA into a full-blown cult. Lucifer, is it just me, or did X lately turn into a full-blown extreme far-right homophobic anti-this, anti-that platform to the point it's just unbearable? I think it, in a way, has. Like, I don't like all the, like, woke nonsense that's going on in the world, but I also feel that, I mean, because it's Elon Musk's platform, and he's, like, the complete, like, he's gone like way far right, hasn't he, really, to be honest? He's become like that. But yeah, it's almost like the platforms. I mean, you can curate your own platform. I just dislike and say I don't want to see this when I come across anything that's like political on there. And yeah, or mute the accounts and just do all of that kind of thing. But it is a bit like, it's a bit ridiculous how like divided they're like, oh, legacy media's this like left-wing nonsense, blah 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 blah, and then it's like X is becoming, instead of it being like real, it's just becoming the opposite of that. It's silly. He is God. He tripled one of my shitcoin wallets on the pumps. Yes. Question, can we look at order flow when we drop 66k and rose back up to 68 and then drop back to 60k, 66? If you're watching it live, could you tell from the order flow if we were breaking above or below the range? I can see if I can get that loaded up for you, and we can have a little look at that in a minute, because I have nothing more to add other than Bitcoin's hit the target that I said it would do last week, right? 69,900 was what we were talking about all last week. And this has been like the first big take profit levels for me. This is a coffee. Nice, strong black coffee. Yeah, let me load up XO. Go back to the data. We'll take it on like a 5 minute. Load up like 7 days worth of data on 5 minutes. In fact, we could go all the way to 1 minute candles. Yeah, let me load up 1 minute candles worth, a week's worth of 1 minute candles. And this would have been over here. This is the thing, when you're going to go normal order flow, I probably don't want to have this on aggregated. Let me just go single exchange. And where was this nonsense? Where was it all happening? It was quite... Oh my god, it was all the way back here. There it is. There's the Trump stuff there. Okay, yeah, we'll have a little look at that a bit later on. See if there was anything interesting to discuss. Anyway, let me go over... Oh my god, it's hot. I can't focus. I'm sweating. It's boiling today. My AC is on, but it's just the sun in the morning, just bang. Straight through a gigantic window, straight onto my face. Okay. Update time. Right, let's go. What's the date? Hello traders, welcome to today's video, Monday the 29th of July 2024, almost the end of the month already. Where's it gone? It's crazy. And yeah, Bitcoin having another move up today. So the level that I have been speaking about for all of last week, just to keep it very, very simple, was 69,900 is the level that we were looking at. I know it's also a level that Delirium, for those of you who are in the crew, he's been looking at this level as being just one of a lot of significance, where we have our range value area high, and we're also starting to come back up into the last internal highs before we essentially then start creating big new all-time highs after that. So we're at this last point in which I think short positions could be like low risk, good plays here. If you are looking for a short and you are looking for things to be uber bearish, then this is the level in which you would start to look for those. For myself, that isn't really the case. Okay, I'm still bullish overall, and I still believe that there's a pretty good chance that this can just go to new all-time highs, because there's not really anyone... It's going very unnoticed, this move right now. The market's pretty quiet. The volume is pretty dead. Okay, there was some volume over the weekend during the Trump talk at the Bitcoin conference. We had a bit of a dump as we went into that conference, which happens like quite often. There was a big pullback on the NQ and the ES last week. Bitcoin managed to get a move down, but didn't take out any lows, didn't come down as low as that 62k area, which was the area in which I would look to compound. It was just one of those, okay, ride out the move down, still expecting higher prices, and just staying patient on it. So this for me today is a big take profit level. I know the volatility of the last few days hasn't been the best for altcoins, and Ethereum have been underperforming slightly, but yeah, overall with Bitcoin finally reaching that target. So if we're looking at this from, I mean, first of all, look at the weekly candle that we had last week. Really nice, looks like continuation, which is what we have seen. We've had a move up today, which has taken out the previous week highs. We did that last week, okay, before getting a drop down, and we do it quite consistently. So we have taken out those previous week highs, but as of yet, haven't seen continuation beyond that point, because we are at that last point of resistance. And then once again, we can see here this monthly candle looking really good once again. And with just a couple more days to go until we start the new month, this monthly level at 67,470-ish, I do believe can still come into play. So I'm not looking at this to like guaranteed breakout and higher prices right now, but for now, like, I mean, it would be quite nice if we could maybe see an SFP during the New York session of our local highs, see what happens there. But a good place in which to start looking for those head short positions for moves down towards 62, or even just back down towards this monthly level, if that's kind of where we're looking at right now. Anything on the lower time frames that we have to say? It was just so when you look at this morning's price action, just a very quick sweep down, and then you do the typical drive. So it's that open drive that we so often see. You swipe down, take out some very, very local lows, run it back above your daily open, and then, okay, you're chopping around VWAP for quite some time here, but then continuation higher. So the VWAP for today, the session VWAP today, is going to be pretty important also, and that is something that I would look to hold as support if we are going to be seeing high prices. We got single prints that have been made. So any tap down into here, around about that's going to be where your VWAP is your single print. So if there is a move down towards 69,220, 69,200, 69,220, you would look for a bounce from there. But overall, yeah, I mean, it's just to keep it really simple, it's hit target. We've taken out previous week highs. I think shorts would be the play, but you just want to see a little bit of weakness maybe before that happens, because at the moment we do seem to, yeah, be getting some. Yeah, we've taken these highs on a couple of occasions so far, haven't we? So you don't want to be too aggressive with shorting an uptrend like we're in right now. If I do just look at this on the very low time frames, I mean, you've got a reason that you could be short here. You've had a bit of a corrective move. You're coming back in to fill this imbalance. But yeah, for me personally, I feel one more sweep of the highs is what we're more likely to see. And then you could target the short positions afterwards and start looking for these moves lower. What else is there to say on this? There's not a whole lot more. We're gonna look at the TPO, and yeah, we can see really the only other level that is above price right now is from all the way back here at the beginning of June. All the way back at the beginning of June, 71,250. So if there is got to be another move higher there, then that would be the last. So this is the candle where we had that like swing failure pattern of some local highs. Spot didn't take out the highs, so this is still something to be aware of, where we do have this double top. Spot didn't take them. There's another level up there. I'm not even going to post this video. I'm going to stop recording it because it's not making any sense to me, let alone any sense to anybody else, because my brain's not working. This is why I'm just trading the 4-hour chart right now. I'm just like, hey, look, we hit target. It's cool. I'm just going to stop recording. We don't need a video recording of this today. Whatever. It's done. I'll get back to the video updates tomorrow. I'm just going to stream. I'm just streaming this. That's all it's going to be. I even forgot to turn the music off during the video, which is idiotic. OI straight up. Aggregated. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this is coming from... It's not really, though, is it? I think this can still go a lot higher. So that's the open interest that I'm seeing anyway. Let's look at Agra. Do I have Agra trade open? Looking on Coinalyze, yes. I'm gonna just open this up and look at the CVD as well. So it looks to me, yeah, perps leading the move. It looks to me basically is that you had the Trump talk, right? You had a dump that stopped all of these long positions out. They're a little bit too scared to re-enter when it's here, and then we're starting to get the move back in up towards these highs. So it does appear to me like you had the jump, you had the dump, you had the chop, you managed to trap traders a little bit on both sides, and we're just getting this move above, which has stopped some short positions that maybe entered down these lows thinking, oh my god, we're going to dump on the Trump talk, on the whatever it is, and then it's also forcing longs who have been stopped to buy back higher. So that's why we're seeing a bit of this rise in open interest probably here within this latest move, as it is forcing traders who maybe have better positioning but got stopped out. It's forcing them to buy back higher. You're not really seeing spot at all. Like, yes, okay, there was that impulse up last night, which is interesting. But yeah, you're not really seeing spot playing at all here. I still think another sweep of the highs we could get, just because I'm not seeing anything too crazy here. But yeah, we do have FOMC this week, correct? So that is on. Let me move this back up so I blind you all. Oh my god, even if I go dark mode now, it's not making it any darker. Sorry for blinding everybody. FOMC on Wednesday. Yeah. I think it's unlikely. I think everyone's expecting the cuts in September, right? Yeah. The thing is, I don't particularly see the cuts as being a bullish catalyst. So I think it'll be volatility, but I mean, yeah, like Lucifer said, it will be priced in at that stage. You've got a good, okay, it's a good opportunity to do it this month, because what's happened with the NQ is it's had that big correction now. So if you look at what the legacy markets are doing, we're just gonna speculate here, because I don't really have anything to say when it comes to the TA. It almost feels as if they're pricing in, or as if last week was pricing in something. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Oh my god, fucking hell. We've got people here already saying recession around the corner. Jesus, guys. No, there isn't. Market needs to put in the third. Okay, yes. Market needs to go higher. Right? There's not a recession around the corner from this high. It's not. But afterwards, probably yes. It's crazy how bearish people get again. It's like market drops. It hit the 1.618. Right? It's normal. You get a corrective move after that. Coming back into test support. I know what the bonds are doing. Whoops. But also when you look at the yield, it's like, We'll follow this anyway. There's a couple of things that you got to look for. The easiest thing, stop all the fucking speculation, is we're not topping before things get ridiculous. Like, and it isn't. Look how quiet the markets are. No one's talking about stocks or crypto or anything right now. It just isn't happening. There's a big AI bubble that's not even really started yet that needs to happen. There's trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars worth of assets ready to IPO that they haven't even started introducing yet. They know when the market's going to top, and it's not going to be now. It just isn't going to be now. They cannot top. The market cannot top without a mania phase. It's like, because markets just float up anyway. So until people start getting greedy, they just can't. I think the only greed that we've had so far is Nvidia. But again, Nvidia kind of hit the target to the downside and is bouncing again already. You have to make everyone think it's now. Yeah, exactly. I will be amazed amazed and astounded if anything tops. I know what you're saying. I do believe, yeah, this is probably the better kind of conversation that we can have today because my brain isn't working enough for technicals. So I just like a little bit of, let's have a little bit of a debate. But yeah, simply we're not topping now. But give it a few months. Next spring. I don't think we're going to get the big move up. That's like an 18-month, because typically, okay, for Bitcoin and for markets, it's like 18 months post halving that the market tops. Yeah. But I think it may be sped up a little bit more this time around. But yeah, the plan for me is just to get out around like April, May next year. Exit all markets. Even if things go a bit higher, just start exiting around them. But it also depends on how high things have gone. I really do believe, just based off of what we're seeing so far, I think we're going to far exceed any like reasonable and realistic looking expectations for most markets before we get to the point where we can be talking about a recession again. Because if you look at the way it's, especially when everyone's expecting it to happen and expecting it to happen so soon, I just don't see it. I was having a conversation with Cake as well the other day, and there's a video that's going around because investable assets from like retail, people don't have a lot of money right now. Yeah, people don't have a lot of money, and therefore people are making an argument that that's like how much more money can go into these assets if retail are unable to get in at this time. But the thing you've got to, like, the other thing you have to realize is when things start getting really crazy and when they start to bubble, people will find ways to get investable assets. They will max out loans, they'll remortgage houses. Don't, like, the greed that's in the world will happen, and it will get to that point, and that's when the market starts to top, is when it gets leveraged up. So yes, people don't have the free money that we did back during COVID or anything like that, but if people see, and if people are struggling, in a way, that's a reason to be even more certain that things are going to bubble at some point, because it's going to need to go so high to even convince those people that they're going to be able to make money from this. So I don't really see people having a lack of disposable income as being a bearish sign. Because if that's going to happen, right, are people going to be buying Bitcoin at 70K where they're like, oh, okay, right, we can maybe go to 88 or 100? Yeah? Are people going to be buying there, or buying the NASDAQ, or buying Nvidia, or buying Tesla stock, or buying all of this kind of stock, where the general consensus is it's going to top soon and it's not going to make these like multiple X gains? The time when people will start to get into stuff is probably going to be when price blasts through 100K, blasts through, what's the next level on the NASDAQ? 23, right? So if you're looking at the NQ being around about that 23, when prices start to go beyond that, that's when the talk about, oh, we're going to have a super cycle, we're going to go to $1 million, recession talk is over, rates cuts start happening around there, right? That's the kind of time I believe that things will start to get toppy, because people, in a crazy psychological way, people would rather buy Bitcoin at 120K thinking it's going to go to $1 million than they would at 60K thinking it's going to go to 100. Because people just won't understand. At the moment, all the talk is still on 100K Bitcoin. Can it get there? Will it get there? Once it gets through there, everyone will then be saying $1 million. And it's just the natural, the logical next step. So people think, oh, 100K to 1 million, easy. Yeah. So that, I'm so convinced that we're going to start, like, the fact that people don't have the money, but that's because then, like, all of this data isn't factoring in leverage and the greed of people, and the fact that if they need to get their hands on some money, they'll just take out loans. And that's when it, like, why it's going to be such a bad bubble pop that happens afterwards. But I do believe it's got to get to that point first. So, yeah, from my perspective and from my own opinion, like, I mean, all the market could do are just little floaty moves down that take out leverage right now, because there's not enough greed in order to dump it, like, back down to major lows. It just simply isn't there. Whereas if it does start to melt up properly and you get all the IPOs starting to list and all this kind of thing, then that's when it goes a bit crazy. When you got enough leverage in the system to cause a crash. Right now, there's nowhere near enough leverage in the system to cause a crash. It just doesn't exist. Like, we're looking at Bitcoin just chopping around at all-time highs. Open interest is nowhere near where it was previously. Not even close. I mean, we're at local tops, but nowhere near the amount of open interest that there was on the previous highs. Struggling to see now how altcoins can perform similar to past times of a shorter cycle. Yeah, altcoins I'm a little bit concerned about. I'm a little bit concerned about the altcoins. Because a shorter cycle, yeah, they won't have chance to make it. Some will, many won't. I think we just got to see what Ethereum does, basically. I mean, Ethereum technically looks like kind of like it. But yeah, a lot can happen in 6 months. If you think about the first phase of this cycle, the whole Solana run, yeah, was from October, November last year up until March. So we can extend that already by, you can double that really, because we're not even in August yet, and if things start to pick up now, you make a new all-time high in August, you've got a few more months. But yeah, a lot can happen. When things start moving, they'll start moving fast. Fast. And that's what we just gotta wait for. Should we long STX? Let's have a look at it. You know the altcoins I like. Let's have a look at STX. These are the trades that didn't quite play out previously, but I keep the old ones on there. It's nice when you come back to these old charts and you can see just how, look, so this is the POC we were looking to hold as support previously, didn't, and now look at how it's just the same zone. So the zone in which we were looking to go long, right, is the same zone that's now providing some really good short opportunities. And you even go back into this gap, like the 50% of that gap does hold as resistance. Funny that. How these things happen. An old chart, yeah, what we were looking at as support previously is resistance now. So yeah, stacks would be really simple. You just got to get back through this. Just got to get back through there again. And then you're okay. But until that point, it's not looking like it's something, because, I mean, you could very easily look for a short position that takes you down here somewhere again, couldn't you? Whereas you clear this $2 area, things suddenly look a lot more healthy again. So I'm not even going to draw any more lines on this. Same levels. You like Brett with Popcat and Bonk? No, thanks. No, thank you. I'm not doing altcoins. I mean, I'm not doing meme coins. What is moving today? I'm not gonna be able to trade today. My brain not working, man. Brett is mooning. Is it really? I just have to accept that. Why is it every time I do a fucking stream, I get a phone call? Every time. Go away. Jeez. Myro. I like this chart. Just because I've charted it previously. Maybe it's BlackRock recruiting for traders. Nah, I think it's more likely. In fact, I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what it is. And there's a reason I'm not answering. Myro's a meme, isn't it? But I like the look of the chart. Magic, Pendle. Pendles, we had to deal with a little bit of drawdown last week on this, but it's not too bad. Same thing with IMX. Mew. Portal. Arkham. Still waiting for that Myro alert, yeah. Yes. Veg food lover BLR. Hello. Thoughts on Gary bouncing back from support now? Should we take new entry on that? Gary. Is this another meme coin? Is there anything that isn't a meme coin these days? I don't have anything to say on this. Whatever it is, it looks kind of dead. But you're like, what happened here? I don't know what this is. But actually, like, when you look at where this is at, it's pretty good. Did you even hit that week? You hit that weekly level, didn't you? Nice. You know what? Hey, look, if you like Gary as a project, then it is very low risk to just buy it here. I like with an invalidation if it makes new lows, because why not? It didn't make new lows. But yeah, I don't know. again, something else. This is what I hate about crypto now, and why I just think after this cycle's done, like unless everything goes to zero, like 99.99999999999999999% of everything goes to zero and gets delisted from exchanges, I can't see myself doing another cycle. It's just like there's too much shit. There's too much stuff out there. I can't keep up with it. Last cycle, I would be able to look at a ticker and I'd know what it is. And now you're just getting so many thousands that are being released every day. Like how? It's just impossible. How are they going to ever sustain like and survive? They just can't, because all any altcoin is now is it's a tiny little echo chamber of like all these fragmented little communities that are all over the place. And I've never heard of Gary. I don't know what it is. And that was never the case in the last cycle. Like everything, you'd get these random stuff that would pop up and I'd be like, oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that had been listed. It's like 90% of this shit, I have no idea anymore. So unless it all goes to zero and we start from a bit more of like a normal base again, like I can tell you all of the stuff that was from the last cycle. I know what comp is. I know what ICP is. But the other thing is, these are coins that I would never ever touch now. So I like new stuff, but then there's so much new stuff. Which new stuff do you even go for? It's so difficult for the market to get people's attention now because it's too saturated. Too saturated. All I know about Gary is he's getting fired if Trump wins. Exactly. Yeah, it may be something I'll check out, because like the thing is as well, like I'm not someone that just like, I'm here every single day apart from weekends. I just do not check charts on the weekends. I'm here every single day looking at the charts, researching new altcoins, doing as much as I physically can to give myself and everyone that watches the best possible, like, well, at least some kind of edge, right? And even I'm like, I don't know what 90% of this stuff is. So imagine someone from the outside coming in and just trying to make sense of all of this, like they don't understand. Like I go on to that crypto rank, I'm looking at all of the new projects that are getting big funding, and I managed to find the odd gem. I've managed to get quite a few. We've done really well on ZRA. I have my ones that I like, but it's probably the same thing. Like I don't know how many people here, just because I like Aether, just because I like Layer Zero, just because I like, there's not really anything else, Orbi, just because I like these assets, there's like, a lot of people won't have heard of them. And these are just ones that I don't even know what's happening with this one. Probably still waiting, yeah. I did invest into this one. It's not doing anything. Natix is better depend. Again, something else I've never heard of. How do you guys find all of these things? How do you find them? I do FA and TA, yeah. KSM USDT. Kusama. See, I remember that. And this was like KSM was a really obscure altcoin in the last cycle, right? This one. But I know what it is. It's Kusama. And I know, like, but something like this, it was, what, like, what's it going to do? How is this going to be able to get more attention than all of the other shitcoins that are launching now? I just don't see it. Although the chart locally does look quite nice. I'm just going by exchange listing on Bybit, yeah. So KSM, I mean, first of all, for KSM to do anything, then the Polkadot, because it's Polkadot ecosystem, right? Or at least it used to be. So until DOT starts moving or does anything, then this isn't going to. But if you look left, you had took out these lows. It's the testnet for DOT. See, I remember. See, I do know some of the old stuff. That is exactly what it is. I do remember now. KSM was one, like, I did relatively well off of this in previous cycle. It's decent levels. What else is here? Yeah, man, I feel like I'm getting proper old. I can't keep up with it anymore. This like Gen Z attention span. How? I mean, I have no attention span at all, but it's like the market has even less attention span than me, and I have none. I get distracted like everywhere, and the market's even more stupid than I am. Just doesn't make sense. That used to be my edge. It used to be my edge because I had such a short attention span that I'd be able to keep up with the moves, because I'm not the kind of person that's like buying something and hoping for it to go to infinity. Like I just get bored and I'm like, okay, I'll close that trade. And it used to be a good edge for me because I used to be quicker than the market was in a way that like I didn't like holding trades, and I was just like, yeah, I just want to take profit. I just want to take profit. I just want to find the next trade. I just want to do this. And now I can't even do that anymore. It's crazy. Anyway, it's quite a nice looking chart. I just don't know what else to say about it. How is it going to pump? How? It's a test chain for another asset that's not doing anything. So how is it going to move? I don't know. But it might do. Oh dear. What's more likely, run up to election or Trump then win, then we pump? Both. Both. Although I'm saying all this stuff like, how's this going to pump? How's this going to pump? How's this going to pump? I'm very confident that before election, we're going to be at new all-time highs in price discovery. And then after the election happens, we're going to be seeing mania phase kick in soon after that. So I'm very, 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 very bullish overall. But I'm just very, very selective in what I'm bullish on, I guess. But yeah. I feel like I've done an hour of talking about nothing. Last cycle we got 20,000 coins listing on CoinMarketCap. This one till now we have 3 million. Yeah, well it's more than that as well. If you look at like, because the thing is the CoinMarketCap's not listing any of these memes until they hit CAXs. Right? 300,000 tokens per day launching. Per day. 300,000. 299,999 of them end up being rug pulls. Now, how do you find the ones that are going to survive? ZRO is a good long. It does look a good long. There is if you're selective. This is the thing. This is now the edge. You've got to be hyper selective, and you've got to know exactly what you're getting yourself into and exactly where your invalidation is. I think that's the only way right now that you can be profitable. Because if you're holding stuff in a drawdown now, whereas in previous cycles, you probably had a pretty good chance of at some stage it managing to find its way back and get you out. Now, if you're holding something in a drawdown, it's probably going to be in the more likely it's going to be in a drawdown forever, and it will never come back. And this is why leverage is so dangerous now, because you used to be pretty confident. Like, you look at stuff from the last cycle, and when stuff ran, everything kind of ran together. It's not happening anymore. So the old ways in which, like, just buy and hold, eventually you'll be profitable. Nope. Nope. There's no longer a good strategy. No longer a good strategy. You've got to be so selective over what you're trading. So I think in a way it's a good thing not knowing what most stuff is, because at least then you're just naturally selective. So yeah, if I'm selective about stuff, I know exactly what it is I'm trading. I know a lot about the project itself, which is why I go in with conviction on those trades. Like, I go in with size, whereas previously maybe I'd put like a little bit of stuff into different baskets of alts. I think since the last few months, I've just completely changed that. I got rid of everything I owned, like everything. Every NFT I could sell, sold it. Every little altcoin that was on, like, within my like MetaMask and all of those kind of things, sold it. Didn't care what price it was. And then I'm just being super selective over what I'm going into. And I don't even have a portfolio right now. Like, I still want to build a portfolio for the next run, but I just genuinely don't know what to build, what to buy. So I'm dipping into some stuff. I have a sizable bag of ZRO. I have a sizable bag of ATH. I have smaller bags of some other ones. And then I just take little trades around that. So, yeah. Can we look at the Zeus USDT? Have no idea what it is, but STX co-founder is an investor. This isn't Zeus, there was a Zeus that was a meme coin, that was the Elon's dog Zeus, right? But I don't think this is the same thing. Zeus Network. No, it sounds like something that's actually real. That's nice. This is doing the kind of setup that you'd like to see, right? Where it's just simple. Like, there's your market structure. You come back up, and you're just trading above. So you make a new high, you go down, you make a new high, you're trading back into some support, and then it's just that kind of, like, you don't really need to do anything more than that. You just go, right, that's the range that was lost, that's the area you'd look to bid, and you got an invalidation down there. Simple as that, really. And then you'd have anchor VWAP from the lows. Because again, like, I don't need to keep charting stuff, because everything's doing the same thing. What we had from pretty much across the board was everything put in a range, then everything had a manipulation, And now what we're seeing on a bunch of stuff is this. So what most things did was after a downtrend, form a range, you then blah, 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 manipulation. We're then changing this. And then last week you got that bit of a drawdown, and then we're back here again. And you'd be expecting things to continuation higher, essentially. The vast majority of stuff that's out there. And if it hasn't done this, then you just wait until it has. That's all you got to do. So find an asset that hasn't done it yet. Like, I don't know. Ape. There's one. So this hasn't done it yet, because that's the range, your previous one, and all this has done so far is backtested its resistance. So all you got to do, if you like Ape and you want to buy Ape, simple, wait for it to do that, and then buy it. Or I know there are things that, like ENA, for example, is one that we did early. It hasn't done it. But then this didn't really have a range either. But ENA, I was buying this last week down here. Still holding this one. And that was a really nice trade. And I came back and gave a second entry. Second opportunity to take the same trade. Lido. Interesting. But yeah, this is what I mean, yeah? This is why I like the Miro chart. Even though it's a meme coin, this is why I like the chart. Because you had the range, you had the manipulation, you took out lows, you then reclaim the range. If I could buy it down here, great, but it doesn't even look like it's going to go down here. It looks like it's just going to go whoop, straight up here now. Nia, there's another one, right? There's your range. Manipulation. Change market structure. Where's it finding support? Oh, look at that. Same level. Next one, Neo. Hasn't really done it yet. NFP, not really there yet. That's not yet there yet. That's not there yet. So there's still a few that just haven't yet done it. OP, if you can do that, cool. This one hasn't, but I actually really like just the size, whatever this is. Constitution DAO is people. What? I thought that was called people. Why is it called Constitution DAO? You do know. Are you still long on Pendle? Yes, I am. So this is one of the ones that I did have to endure some drawdown last week because we did buy it here. But we're back in profit now. So all is good. Never got invalidated. That's why you have a stop loss and an invalidation. It didn't happen, so there was no need to close it. Rune. That's a nice looking chart. So if there's one thing that I can just say, like, spot what the market is doing. We know that we've had success with just, we know that there is always success with just trading these kind of patterns. All right. I call it the trident. So you just go bum, bum, change, bum, and you just bid back in this area. There's your invalidation. So that's the edge that you've got right now, is just find the patterns and repeat the same trade over and 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 over again until the market stops you out on some of them. Like runes, you got to trade. I can't trade them all, can't look at all of them, but there's your area, there's your invalidation, there's your first take profit. Then, oh shit. Then take profit 2 is up here. And it's just so easy. Take profit 1. Take profit 2. Repeat this trade until it stops working. Now, you've not really got an entry on this anymore, but go on to the next one. That one's not really doing it. That one's doing it. Sigh. All I'm looking for really is closes. Like enough price action to show me that there's some kind of, that you're starting to come out of this. So this maybe isn't the best example of it, but there's your range. You break it, you're back into support. TP1, TP2. And these have been working for the last few weeks. Slurf. It's a meme coin, but it's the same looking chart. That's Solana's just doing the same thing. I kind of want to short Solana. Again. Ooh. I really want to short Solana again. I'm going to short Solana again. I mean, if there's one so strong in your time, yeah, probably. Yeah. Probably. So ETH, so BTC looking kind of toppy now. So I'd look for something like this on Sol. Rafa Beltran just subscribed. Thank you very much. Now I think this is, again, Solana's showing strength. The nice thing about so with Solana, and this is the thing I mean about like short attention spans, because I was short Solana when it was back here. Okay, took the short, did really well from it, and I was talking a whole load of nonsense about Solana and how it's just like it's going to $100. That's where it's going to reset. Bearish back test, took another short when it came back up here, managed to take profit on it again, and then it's just been moving up. But the thing with Sol is a lot of the like things move very, very quickly, and like I've quite enjoyed being a Solana bear whilst it was moving down, because I was a Solana bear when everyone was a bull, and then it starts dropping, but then everyone started to become bearish on it, and they were trying to like that, and some guy was getting like cancelled everywhere, and he had all the celebrity stuff, and everyone started hating on it and all of that kind of thing, and all of that just calmed down again. And then people start to think, oh, okay, cool, it's just healed itself. Yeah, all of that nonsense is gone. Like, I don't know. Maybe there is still celebrity nonsense going on with Solana, but I don't think that's the case. I haven't seen any of it lately. I think things have chilled out to an extent over there, and maybe you go back towards the fundamentals again. Be interesting if something like Bonk is pumping, because Bonk being like the OG meme and the one that actually was like nice. If that's pumping again, that would be quite good for Solana ecosystem. It's not really, but yeah, you get the idea. But yeah, anyway, like Solana, I'm tempted to short this. If I want to get head short in place, and that may be the one. You check Dogecoin, yeah. Doge is another one, just doing the same pattern that we've been speaking about. All right. So we've had a couple of opportunities to buy here. I am long on Doge. I'm in this trade. So this was from back on the in here, and it's the same setup. All right, what have we done forever and ever and ever and ever and ever? Well, what do I mean? What have both assets done? Downtrend, 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 range, accumulate. Okay, we weren't sure whether things were going to break down, but they did. So you just manipulation, back in. Immediately reclaim the range, bid, we're going to new highs. So Doge, I'm in a long. I think it looks really good, and it's just so simple. It had support at the monthly level, and with a gap that was just a little bit below, swept them, immediately reclaimed, and now you're starting to recover all of this again. So you got a couple of take profit levels. You'd also want to pay attention to this zone that comes in here. But ultimately, yeah, I think I'm bullish on Doge. It's a nice breakout as well, isn't it? A breakout from this downtrend. So it's just clean. It's just a really clean chart. Doge is a really, really good example of what a lot of the market is doing right now. Any insights on Kronos? No. The only insight I can give to you on Kronos is that they've gone from the last cycle, they've gone from being pretty much like massive competition to Coinbase. And they took out like big sponsorship deals on all of these things, and they had a ton of money. Yeah. To now, I'm getting emails from them asking to partner with them. That's the downfall. They've gone from being like sponsoring the biggest sports teams in the world and doing all of this kind of stuff to now being so desperate for liquidity that they hit up a guy with 6,000 followers on Twitter. And they never did that in the previous cycle. They were not desperate for money in the previous cycle. They did very well. So yeah, I don't think Kronos is ever coming back. They just simply are no longer competition for Coinbase. That's what it was. They were competition to Coinbase. Now they're not. They splurged all their money. They made a shit ton of money on the move up. They spent it all on sponsorships. And now they have nothing left. But the chart looks kind of good locally. So fair. It's doing the same thing as everything else. Why am I even here when everything is not that difficult? Just look at what the market is doing and just take the same trade. If something looks like this, just go long and trade it. It's not that deep. It's not that difficult. Nay, how can it be possible? I know, right? That's how far they've fallen. How far the mighty have fallen. To be honest, Coinbase are doing it now as well, but yeah. They're still sponsoring the USC, yes they are. And they're still sponsoring the F1. Like these are all like 3-year deals. Yeah? It's like Bybit, for example. Bybit, primary sponsors of Red Bull Racing, that finishes this year. They're all 3-year deals. Everyone signed 3-year deals. All these crypto companies signed 3-year deals. Now, if there's to be a massive bull market, like next phase of the bull market, and they get a ton of money again, then they'll probably sign more 3-year deals, and there'll be new crypto sponsors on all of these sports teams. But very unlikely that you see crypto.com branding, Bybit branding, the Binance branding, and all of these kind of things from next year, because those 3-year deals are done. So I'm pretty sure the Bybit branding will be finished. They're not going to renew because they can't afford to renew anymore. Now that can change, but things need to pump before the end of this year, basically. And all these companies need to make a ton of money again before you see the branding anywhere. So the UFC deal was a 3-year deal that comes to an end after the end of this UFC season. Or not UFC season, but you get the idea, like the next financial year. So yeah, they have to pump in order to renew these sponsorship deals. And they probably won't. What will we see as the next, like, I mean, I bet Solana Foundation will start sponsoring sports teams soon. Imagine you see like Man City with a whiff dog whiff hat on the jersey. Ridiculous. If it wasn't for those 5 wallets holding 90% of Doge, I would invest in Doge. Yeah, I don't know. I just like Doge. What happens if Harris wins against all expectations? Then RIP everyone. Luke with hat sponsored by Taurus. Yes. Anyway, cool. I'm gonna wrap it up. This has just been like, right. Yeah. I'm done. At least this has kind of got my neurons firing a little bit again to start the week. But yeah, just keeping it simple. I think there's a lot of really nice setups out there. But the thing is, like, Bitcoin's hit target. Just basically, Bitcoin's hit target. 69,900 was what we were talking about. If we go beyond this, there's the double top. Remember, spot didn't take out these highs. Perps did. There's also liquidity here. Yeah, double top here. So look for SFPs of local highs. I do still think that there could be another high today, but it's a good place in which to be starting to hedge again, because there'll be divergence up here and all those kind of things. But yeah, trade it well, and I'll see you again tomorrow, and we'll see where we're at, where our Monday range takes us. So thank you, everybody.